witches, blessed be. This is WhiteRaven over here. Today's Monday, so happy Magic Monday to all of you guys. How are you, my beautiful witches? How's your week so far? Thank you for having me another Monday, for supporting me yet another Monday, for watching this video yet another Monday. Thank you so very much for all the love and all the messages and emails and inbox from the video last week. I read all of them. I read everything, witches. I really do. And some of you guys requested a few spells. They're in the back of my head. They are absolutely great suggestions. And I'm going to be working on those videos for you guys. I'm really excited about what's to come. Thank you so much for all the support all the time. Today was a request. The spell for today was a request. I want to talk about it and leave it here. I'm probably not going to talk much about it from now on. Maybe I'll share some spells with you, but I think this is going to be the only time that I'm going to address this topic, unless you have more questions. So if you do, you can email me those questions at lairofthewitch@yahoo.com and we'll try to address them. Glamour magic. Oh my gosh, witches. There is so much stuff out there on glamour magic. And I think I told you last week when I was sharing this spell that I shared with you last week, there is so much information about glamour magic and everything is confusing. It's just a lot of talking, very little explanation of what glamour magic really is. Glamour magic is a magic that if I have used without me knowing it. All right. Glamour magic is something that I do not use. It's not my go-to magic. And I'm going to tell you at the end of the video why. I probably have a not popular opinion in regards to glamour magic. Or maybe I just have an opinion that may be different from most people, especially people now in social media. What is glamour magic? Let's start by defining the word glamour. What does it mean? Wikipedia gave me a definition that I like. Glamour, according to Wikipedia, is the impression of attraction or fascination that a particular appearance creates an impression which intensifies reality. That's what Wikipedia gave me. Nowadays, anything can be glamorized. Politicians, for example, an event. I mean, look, for example, the Super Bowl. How glamorized is the Super Bowl nowadays, right? You can glamorize a location. You can glamorize an electronic device. I mean, how many of us love our Apple devices? Completely glamorized. And we can also glamorize any product. It's a thing. So you don't even have to be a witch to glamorize something. At any given moment, me and you witches, we are glamorized by something. We are obsessed, mesmerized. We really want something. Something that has been extremely glamorized. So now let's talk about the archaic definition of the word glamour. The archaic definition of the word glamour is an enchantment. After all, witches, glamour equals magic. So then, what is glamour magic? It's very simple, witches, and this is the only thing that you really need to know about glamour magic. Glamour magic is the ability that a person has, a witch has, to influence the way someone sees you or something that you want to glamorize. That is glamour magic. The thing is that nowadays, because of social media and so many influencers and so many people with so many opinions in the internet, glamour magic has been very glamorized as well. So we tend to believe that whenever we talk about glamour magic, we're talking about beauty. We're talking about makeup. We're talking about how pretty we look. And that is not necessarily what glamour magic is. When we talk about glamour magic, we already said that that is the ability that a witch has to influence the way somebody else sees you or something. But that's not necessarily saying that is for the other person to look at you in a beautiful way. You can influence someone in many different ways. You can influence someone to see you as unapproachable as well as invisible. There's many ways you can influence somebody to see you. But good examples of glamour magic is when you, for example, are going to meet your in-laws and you want your in-laws to see you with good eyes. Or when you're going into an interview and you want to get this interview, you want the person that is interviewing you to see you as somebody reliable, responsible, and capable of doing the job at hand. You can also influence the person that you're going to meet for the first time when you have a blind date. You can influence new friends if you're going to be meeting new friends, co-workers. There's endless ways in which you can influence another person and the way they look at you. Now, which is, having said that, it's really important that you know that glamour magic are subtle changes on you. Because a lot of people is under the impression that if you do glamour magic, you're going to be able to physically change the way you look, for example. You cannot have blue eyes if you have brown eyes. You cannot alter the way you look with glamour magic. And something else that you need to take into consideration is because glamour magic is such subtle changes, it's quick magic, are quick spells. They don't last for a very long time. So think about this. If you use glamour magic in order to get a job, it worked like a charm for you, remember that you're gonna have to have what it takes to back up that glamour magic that you put out there in the first place. So if you had an interview and you did a glamour magic spell and the interview went fantastic for you and you got the job, make sure that you are indeed responsible and make sure that you are indeed always on time. Because if you're not, it does not matter what you did with your glamour spell. It's not going to work for you very well, which is glamour magic is a quick fix in a specific moment with a specific person or individuals. And so you're going to ask me, well then WhiteRaven, can I keep doing glamour spells like forever to keep that guy that I got all enchanted in the first date? Sure, but remember, this magic is subtle. So sooner or later, that front you created, that persona, is gonna fall, it's gonna fall, and the real stuff is gonna start coming out. And so this takes me to the most common questions when it comes to glamour spells. Are glamour spells ethical? Listen, you're asking me if glamour spells are ethical, and I don't know. That depends on what the definition of ethics is for you. I know what the definition of ethics is for me, but let's put it this way, which is glamour spells are going to be as ethical as are you putting makeup on and meeting people. People's going to see you with makeup and then they're not going to see you with makeup, because it's not the same thing seeing yourself like this than seeing yourself like this. Because ultimately, which is, you have to think, do you have what it takes to back up your glamour spells? Or are you selling snake oil, which is, I'm telling you, sooner or later, the front is going to fall. And then what are you going to do? It's a great thing to do a glamour spell to have someone's attention so you can show this person what you really are all about, right? If you are really a great person and you don't think you're getting the right attention, it's a great moment for you to do a glamour spell. But another thing altogether is selling something that you do not have, which is, you're going to take glamour spells as far as you want to. I'm not here to tell you what to do and what not to do. So when it comes to ethics, it's going to depend if you're selling a lie or if you actually are performing these glamour spells in order for you to get the attention of the right person at the right moment. And to piggyback on that, let me give you a word of advice, which is, if you find yourself doing glamour spells for everything every day, I suggest for you to do some introspection and figure out what is lacking in your life. Another thing that I've seen out there in social media that people talks a lot about it is glamour spells for self-love. And I'm a little bit conflicted about this, let me tell you. Because you cannot stand in front of your mirror and cast a spell on you and automatically change the way you think. That's just not how magic works. You'll be lying to yourself. But if on the other hand, you take this as a daily practice to self-talk to you, to meditate, to visualize, you will start a change within you. Your brain and your body and your soul are going to start working in unison. The more you practice daily chants and routines for visualization, positive thinking, the more you practice that, the more avid you will be at performing glamour spells, and the better you will become within yourself, because you will start seeing what you are visualizing. I'm going to add over here a little something, which is, in Spanish, there is a saying that I absolutely love. El que tiene magia no necesita truco. She who has magic does not need any tricks. So here I am with the glamour spells and the glamour magic. You know, I'm still very conflicted, witches. Very conflicted about what this magic really is. Because as a witch, I am magic. Every single moment and that I am living in this earth, I am visualizing what I want. When I have any interaction with anybody out there, I am already visualizing what I need this person to do. I don't need to think about glamour magic because I am magic. You are magic, witch. That is the life of a witch. You are manipulating constantly, visualizing and declaring things happening to you on a daily basis. Many people is under the impression that magic is just a spell, that you need something, you call your friend the witch, she'll give you a spell, you perform it without even knowing what are you doing, and automatically things are supposed to work for you. Again, she who has magic does not need any tricks because you are magic, witch. Does glamour magic entertain my brain? Yeah, absolutely. But is it something that I need to rely in every day to do things? No. Maybe one of these days I will need a glamour spell and I will happily do it. But it's not something that I think in my mind as a witch, and it has so much relevance in my life right now because again, I see myself as magic walking up on this earth. And I think that everything I touch becomes magic. And I think everything I speak with magic. And I think that when I'm meeting you in the street, if there's an interaction that needs to be had between me and you, it is what it is. And if you are favorable for me, it'll be a positive interaction. And if you're not, we're gonna know right then and there. That is not to say that I will never be performing a glamour spell if I need it. But I don't see glamour spells like everybody else see it right now. I'm sorry if this is something that maybe disappoints you in any way, shape, or form. I just think there's a big hype right now on glamour magic, and we are taking this out of context, and they are relating this too much to physical appearance. Nowadays in Instagram, everything is about filters. Everything is about how beautiful you look. Everything is like plastic surgery. I mean, we worship and we glamorize so many things that are wrong, and we need to realize that we are magic. So when it comes to influence people to look at us in a different way, listen, I may need it sometimes, but it's not something that I'm going to base my daily life and my decisions and my interactions on. That is not to say that I'm not going to share with you a super cool spell on glamour magic. This spell is going to be to make you look more charismatic, to make you look more attractive. And when I said attractive, it's not necessarily your physique, but attractive to someone. Like if you're going to do some type of interview, if you need to meet your in-laws, if you're going to meet new friends, if you're in a new city and you need to meet new people, if you're going to go on a first date, well, this is going to be the spell for you. It's a really beautiful ritual. It's very cool and I really like it. So I hope you enjoy it. Okay, witches, for this spell, we're going to need a few things. The first thing that we're going to need a mirror. A mirror in which you can look at yourself and you're not going to use for some time. You also are going to need a black cloth. It's very important that you have a black cloth. We are going to have 3 different herbs that we're going to be utilizing in this particular spell. You're going to need some nutmeg. You're going to need some allspice. You're going to need some ground cloves. You also, witches, are going to need, depending what type of spell are you doing. If you're doing a love spell, I'm choosing the Come To Me incense. Or if I'm doing something for good luck because I have an interview, I'm meeting people or whatnot, I'm going to use Lucky Buddha. I really like this incense. I have this one also in my website, both of them. So those are the ingredients that we're going to need for this spell. So let's begin. Let's put a little teaspoon of all these herbs in a white plate. You get your nutmeg, your cloves, and your allspice. All these spices which pertain to attraction and enchantment. We are going to mix these herbs all together. While you're mixing these herbs, witches, remember that from a witch point of view and from a witch perspective, every herb, every plant, every root has its own spirits. And we are going to ask to the spirits of these herbs to assist us in the magic spell that we are performing today. Please make sure that you are very precise with what you request for these herbs to assist you with. You can say something like this, which is, I call upon the spirits of these herbs to assist me on this spell. Cloves, allspice, nutmeg. Make all those who look upon me tonight, tomorrow, whenever it is that you're doing this, find me, and then you're gonna say what you want these herbs to help you with. What qualities do you want these people to see you? If you're going on a first date, so you can say something like, to find me beautiful, sexy, friendly, lovely, smart, whatever it is. If you're going to an interview, so this person can find me smart, reliable, trustworthy, so on and so forth. Once you have your herbs together, you are going to get your handy dandy mirror. Now that you get your herbs over here all mixed up, then light the incense that pertains to the spell that you're doing. This incense is going to act as an offering to the spirits of these herbs. So in my particular case, I'm going to light up Lucky Buddha. Thank you, herbs, for all the assistance that you will provide in my spell today. Thank you, herbs, for all the assistance that you're going to provide on this spell today. I thank you, herbs. I thank you for everything you do for me. I thank you for all your help. Now, witches, grab your mirror, and you are going to sprinkle those herbs in your mirror. Make sure that you leave the center of your mirror available for you to look at yourself. Okay, witches, make sure that you look at yourself in the mirror. And while you're looking at yourself in the mirror, you're going to chant this chant. Come to me, come to me. All of you who see the face reflected here, I bring you and I keep you mesmerized. And the more you see, the stronger the attraction will be. You can repeat this as many times as you need to, witches. Come to me, come to me. All of you who see the face reflected here, I bring you and I keep you mesmerized. And the more you see, the stronger the attraction will be. So would it be. Now, witches, while you are seeing yourself in this mirror, make sure that you grab your black cloth and you are going to cover the mirror, making sure that you can still see your face. We are going to lock our image in this mirror for this spell. Okay, my beautiful witches, leave your mirror cover in a very safe place and go about with whatever it is that you need to do. And trust that your magic is working and you have the spirits of those very, very attractive herbs assisting you in your endeavor at this moment. It is advisable that you do this spell right before you leave your home to do whatever it is that you need to do. Enjoy your glamour spell. And that's it, witches. Thank you so very much for being here one more time. Thank you for sharing your Mondays with me. Remember to visit my website, WhiteRavenandWitchesLair.com. I am about to put my botanicals. I'm super excited. I'm going to have herbs and I'm going to have all the things that we talk about in here today in my website for all your magic needs. Also, I am in Facebook, I am in Instagram, and I am in Pinterest. Go visit me in my social platforms. I'm going to leave all that information, which is in the description of the video. Last, remember that I do not work for people. If you do have a question in regards to what we talk in here today, email me at lairofthewitch@yahoo.com. If you have a request for me to film a spell to share with you in here, email me at lairofthewitch@yahoo.com. Other than that, remember to subscribe and stick around. I love you, witches. You must stay so very smart, but above all, you must stay so very wicked. Bye.